What's up, folks, and welcome to the ATCW recap. I am your host, the golden tongue of ATCW, Evan Wade, and here to my right, as always, the Swiss Army knife, Dennis Williams. What's going on, Dennis?
Hello. Hey, guys. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. We're here to talk about Turning Point. I think this show needs a little... Excuse me. I screwed up there.
You did.
This event.
Your own faux pas.
Yeah, this event that we had needs a little bit more of an extra recap than usual because, once again, technical difficulties. Sorry about this, guys. If what we want to work works, it's going to be absolutely freaking incredible. Absolutely incredible. But baby steps getting there, right?
Yeah.
Don't want to get too crazy. So,
Yep.
Turning Point, Evan, that's what we're talking about tonight. What are we going to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about maybe the opening of the show.
Well, that's a good place to start, right?
Amen, bro. Amen. So I got to welcome out Willie Radical, who came out and told us that he was challenging anybody in the locker room that was willing to step up for a number one contendership spot for the ATCW Cruiserweight Championship. And, well, we'll get to that surprise a little later on. Starting off the night with our first contest, the ATCW Tag Team Championships were on the line with the Nation of Violence representing TCW took on the team of ATCW's Jimmy Alpha and Ethan Cross. Dennis, your thoughts on this one?
Well, the big question was going into this, can they coexist? And they couldn't. So my basic thoughts on this one was, with Jimmy Alpha and Ethan Cross having these issues from their, little rivalry from their past match or whatever, and them not quite being on the same page, basically all the Nation of Violence really had to do was just kind of tough it out until the implosion happened. And that's pretty much what they did. But there was one smart trick they threw in there. Why don't you tell them about that one? You don't know what I'm referring to. That's okay.
I don't.
Remember, Jimmy was getting beat down like hell, and the Nation of Violence, they were doing what they do, cut the ring off. He was just getting pounded, right? And he finally got over to reach tag for Ethan Cross, but Muddy Waters had run around and pulled Ethan off the
that's
apron
what you're referring to.
and rejected, making Jimmy think that Ethan rejected the tag.
Indeed.
Brilliant move, but kind of low, but brilliant move.
Brilliant move indeed from our ATCW Tag Team Champions. Say what you will about them, they are proving why they are worthy of being on the top of the mountain in the tag team division here in ATCW. Unfortunately for Jimmy Alpha and Ethan Cross, couldn't get the job done. As you'd mentioned, Dennis, Ethan got pulled off of the apron by Muddy Waters, and Jimmy had some incorrect thoughts of what happened in that situation. And
yeah, you talked to him afterwards.
I did. I got to catch a couple of words from him, got an explanation. You could probably find it on the ATCW page or somewhere around there. So tables were turned a little later on in the match after they were getting their butts kicked a little bit. And Ethan was going for the tag, but Jimmy decided that he was going to jump off the apron and leave Ethan Cross to the beatdown that he got from the Nation of Violence. Yeah. Still your ATCW Tag Team Champions, the Nation of Violence.
Yeah, it's going to continue on till we can find somebody to bring them home.
Well, fingers crossed, man. Hopefully that happens soon. Okay. Secondly, the King of the 304 Championship on the line, Tomahawk, the Shepherd, going one-on-one with the reigning King of the 304 champion, Tiberius Asante, representing TCW. Dennis, what'd you think about this one, man?
This was a banger, dude.
It was, dude. It was. I remember you saying periodically throughout the night that match of the night, like this is match of the night, and it just kept on going. It started with this one right here, didn't it?
It did, and it was partially because Tiberius Asante wrestled a straight match. He didn't try any of the other crap that these guys from Total Trump Wrestling are trying. He went in there and defended his championship, and he took it to a dude that has a lot of skill, a lot of talent, and quite a resume. I mean, Tomahawk's almost done it all here in ATCW, except win that King of the 304, and he couldn't do it on this exchange. And it was a hell of a match, dude. Two big guys just pounding on each other, throwing each other around. What a spectacle.
Amen, man. Not very many people can keep up with the intensity that Tomahawk brings to the table, but Tiberius Asante did a fantastic job, even making Tomahawk look a little small at points. I was stunned, absolutely stunned, when Tomahawk hit that death well, I'm sorry, what was it called?
The rolling driver.
That's it, the rolling driver. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Hit that rolling driver on Tiberius Asante. 6'7", 295 pounds, man. That is not easy at all.
It's not. And you saw the ring shift.
Yeah.
You saw it shift.
Yeah, it was crazy. So as Dennis had mentioned, Tiberius Asante, straight clean win over Tomahawk in this matchup, and still your 304 champion, Tiberius Asante.
Yeah, man.
So thirdly, another match that made us think this might be match of the night. AK versus stunning Adam Armstrong. And I got to tell you, man, this one surprised me a little bit. Adam looked like he was ready for a fight in this one.
Yeah, he did.
He brought it to AK very well.
He really did.
What'd you think about this one?
Well, again, match of the night candidate, again, possibly a candidate for match of the year when it's all said and done, right? This was a match that I really got into because we didn't have any TCW stuff going on. It was just these two guys trying to beat each other. Two elite competitors trying to beat each other. We've never seen AK as good as he was on 316.
Nope.
But the stunning one almost matched him. I mean, it was close. It was damn close and damn impressive. And I now see why they call him Stunning Adam Armstrong.
I do too, and I'm looking forward to seeing even more of stunning Adam Armstrong here in ATCW.
He's got a bright future here.
Yeah, amen. So our fourth contest throughout the night, a three-way match to determine a number one contender for the King of the 304 Championship between Ishman Martinez, Matt Wild, and Axel Crow. And what a match this turned out to be. Early on, we saw somewhat of like a partnership or a pairing of Matt Wild and Axel Crow taking out Ishman Martinez right off the bat. Maybe they wanted to save their ears from those very painful decibels that he happens to reach with those screams. Smart move, I think. He's a bit of a loose cannon in the ring, and he's hard to control. So if you get him out of the way, you can kind of focus on someone who's a bit more technical on the side of Matt Wild, or a little unorthodox, but still, understandable in Axel Crow. So these guys throwing all kinds of stuff at each other. Dennis, what did you think about this one?
This was, as you so eloquently had put it, three bona fide butt kickers. Kicking butt, man. I mean, the stakes on this match were high. We had mentioned on ATCW Live about there being championship implications. And then Chucky kind of one-upped us. Yep. I think he did that on purpose.
I think so, too.
He one-upped us and went ahead and made it a number one contendership for the King of the 304. To be honest with you, with Tiberius Asante being the champion now, I really couldn't pick a winner because I'd love to see all three of them hook up again.
Amen.
Well, Axel Crow to hook up again, but, the other guys to hook up with him as well. So I just kind of sat back and enjoyed, again, no TCW BS, and enjoyed. And it was a great contest.
It was.
And a big win.
It was.
For the screaming one.
That's right. The man with the fro, Ishman Martinez, earning himself a number one contender slot for the King of the 304 Championship. And you know what that means, Dennis, or what it should mean at least. Ishman Martinez versus Tiberius Asante on April 20th. More on that a little later.
Yeah.
So we hit some intermission, got some fun with some fans, had some birthdays in the house. Our man's Drennan and Ben. Happy belated birthday again. Thank you for taking the time out of your birthdays to come and spend it here with our ATCW family. It means a lot to us, and we hope to see you back here in April as well.
Hope you had a good time, too.
Amen.
I think everybody else did.
I did for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis, speaking of good times, yours might have been a little ruined or tarnished during this next contest. First back from intermission, so the ATCW Cruiserweight Championship on the line with Travis Tarvin taking on TCW's Robbie Wayne, and making his way down to the ring. Robbie Wayne rounded the corner there at the ring post and turned rather quickly to the announce table. And Dennis, why don't you describe to us what happened from your point of view there at the announce table?
I was trying to introduce the match, try to give a little backstory to it, some facts, maybe some trivia. Who knows what I need to drop or what I do drop. It's different for everybody, right? In every circumstance. So I was trying to mention that, and he can take issue with what I say all he wants, but at this point, I mean, I'm just right, and he proved me right immediately almost. Yep. He keeps cheating to get ahead in these matches. He cheated to win the title. He cheated to retain it here. Okay? Proven right. So he heard me saying that. All I was doing my job and speaking what is truth. And here he come, yak, 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 and grabbed me hold of the collar here and kind of yanked me up. And I thought he was maybe going to hit me. And yes, a little scared because, you're always a little bit scared because you're like, how bad is this going to hurt? But
I mean, how long has it been since you've been in an actual fight?
yeah, right. Well, not just that, but you just always are. But there's something about me that's a little different than most folks. How many years did I spend as an official?
A long time.
A long time. And as an official, you have to be courageous rather. You have to be fearless in the ring because you have to be the boss of these guys.
Yeah, you do.
And there are huge, sometimes huge guys. I got to go in there and tell Tiberius Sante not break the rules.
Right.
I guess I have some courage. The only wrestler that really terrified me was Morgus the Maniac. He come at me one time once he got his straitjacket loose, and man, you ain't seen a white boy run that fast. But anyway, so that's basically what happened. He come over and he run his mouth, and I just kind of explained to him that I was just doing my job. And Travis Tarvin, thank you, man. Amen. I really appreciate you having my back.
Yeah, really man. Do. I wanted to jump out of the ring and help you there, but unfortunately I had a job to do, and I probably would have gotten my butt kicked, unfortunately.
Oh, he'd have dropped me before you even got there.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't quick enough, but thank the Lord for Travis Tarvin coming out of the curtain and hauling to the ring, man. Came down to the announce table and took care of Robbie Wayne really quick, got him off of you, and took some control during the early part of the match, but Robbie Wayne ended up creeping back and getting a good shot in on Travis Tarvin's knee. Ended up working the knee for the majority of the match.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's a great tactic. And
but then he started using the post and draping the leg over the rope and trying to put his own feet on the ropes and all that crap that I accused him of doing.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yeah,
full force.
Kind of proved you right, just like you said. Unfortunately, got into a single leg Boston Crab for Travis Tarvin, and Jonathan Cross at ringside, maybe looking out for Travis Tarvin, threw in the towel and forfeited the match for him. Yeah. Still your ATCW Cruiserweight Champion, Robbie Wayne. Now, Dennis, I do have a question about that. How do you think that's going to affect the relationship between Travis Tarvin and Cross? Will Travis Tarvin be appreciative of Jonathan Cross's action in saving his knee, or will he be upset with him for throwing in the towel before he had the chance to bring that gold back home?
That's a great question, and part of what makes that a great question is the history between these two. These guys have worked together for a very long time.
That they have.
So it's almost unpredictable because as close as they are, that could literally go either way. If I was Travis Tarvin, I would be grateful because that got out of control. All the underhand attacks just got that out of control to the point where there's another opportunity, and I wouldn't want to end my career over this one incident.
Right.
But I could see it going the other way, and I really hope it doesn't, though. I really hope it doesn't.
Likewise.
Yeah. So.
Well, folks, we have arrived at the surprise of the night. So Willie Radical coming down to the ring for match number 6, ready for his opponent, and wouldn't you know, the same exact entrance track dropped, and we were all looking around confused. I'm just like, he's already in the ring. And then it dawned on me.
I thought Jesse screwed up.
A little bit.
I did.
Then it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute. And sure enough, just like 2 seconds later after that thought occurred in my brain, here comes the other half of the Radical Stars. LA Star answering the call for the number 1 contendership to the Cruiserweight Championship.
Dude, it was awesome.
My face was just ecstatic. I looked over. I'm like, Dennis, look at that. Oh, my God. And we were all just blown away and excited. And it turned out to be one of the greatest matches I've seen in person in a very long time. An entertaining match. And Dennis, nobody knows you better than your tag team partner.
Or your cousin.
Or your cousin. Yeah. Hashtag cousins.
Yeah, man. I mean, my elation was it was through the roof. And, Damien puts that camera there on us to cut to us on occasion. And I guess he probably captured the biggest smile that I've had in a long time, especially after what had transpired a little earlier in the night. But, yeah, for me, this was just an absolute treasure. I mean, get to see these two go at it one-on-one. And then they wrestled a good match. I mean, it was a great match. Let's just be honest. I'm trying not to gush too much here, but it was a great match. These guys just going back and forth, and the counters were impressive, and it was just a complete, absolute delight for me. However, Total Trump Wrestling had to come in, ruin another great moment here in ATCW.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so Robbie Wayne comes marching down with the Nation of Violence in tow, and the Nation of Violence jumped in the ring and started a beat down on both the Radical Stars, and Robbie Wayne made his cocky little walk over to the announce table to grab a microphone and say, well, I guess there's not going to be any #1 contenders. Well, bud, joke was on you. I got the word via my headset that I'm wearing now that next month, April 20th in Carneysville, West Virginia, there will be a 3-way dance for the Cruiserweight Championship, the ATCW Cruiserweight Championship. One Radical Star, one total chump, putting on his championship. Is it going to happen, man?
Oh, it's going to happen.
Is there?
Match is going to happen.
Oh, I know that. That's not what I'm asking here, Dennis. I'm asking, is that the first piece of gold that's coming back home to ATCW? Does he have his hands too full in this one with both the stars?
Oh, I'd say he does. I mean, you know, how we always see these temporary alliances, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is going to be the ultimate temporary alliance.
Yep.
And quite frankly, I could have been happier. I was a little jealous because you got to make that announcement. I would have loved to make that announcement after all that I went through. But yeah, you did a really good job of announcing that too, because you kind of added that little extra rub in the face about it.
Oh yeah, I had to. He deserved it.
Yeah. So the best part about this is the 3-way dance. There'll be no disqualification, so he can cheat if he wants, but he's going to have extra set of eyes out there. You know, it's not going to be one guy he's got to worry about. He's going to have to worry about another. So looking forward to that one, and I'm sure hoping that comes on April 20th.
Speaking of jealousy, Dennis, I actually had a thought pop into my brain. Do you think there's going to be some kind of cousin rivalry in that match because they both want so bad to be the one to bring that gold back home to ATCW?
Oh, they'll unite to take him out.
Yeah.
Once he's out of the equation, then they'll go back to trying to finish what they started here. You know, because everybody now wants to know who would have won that match, including them.
That's true.
And quite frankly, hey, let me throw this in real quick. Hey, Chucky, I want to see that match again at some point, okay? Because that was great, and I want to see an ending to it, an actual real ending, not Total Trump Wrestling BS.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
Anyway.
Could not agree more. Well, there you have it, folks. April 20th, the 3-way dance for the ATCW Cruiserweight Championship when Robbie Wayne puts his ATCW Cruiserweight Championship on the line.
Please make it happen.
Please do.
Yeah.
So that brings us, folks, to the main event of ATCW Turning Point, March 16th. The self-made Lucius Suede representing TCW and accompanied by the COO of TCW, KG Red, going one-on-one with the second-generation sensation, your ATCW heavyweight champion, Brian Hardy. Dennis, tell us what you thought about this one, man.
You know, this was a really enjoyable match, and I wish the circumstances were different because we got to watch this young man come in. He's finally earned his first big opportunity, right? And I enjoy seeing moments like that. I really do. But when you come in and you're associated with folks like TCW, it completely ruins that aspect of it. So what actually was on my mind was home team wins here. Come on, Brian, let's go. Those are my thoughts. This matchup itself, I thought was a very good championship match. And Lucius Wade showed everybody why he could possibly deserve to be champion. And Brian Hardy showed why he's one of the best champions that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he went in there. I love the stuff he did at the beginning, though.
Oh, yeah, what excellent mind games to play with your opponent. We were all confused there for a hot minute. Brian Hardy gets out of the ring, goes to sit in the crowd, and I'm like, what is he doing? And all of a sudden, all you hear is, this guy sucks! This guy sucks! And everybody in that room, save for about the 10 Lucius Wade fans, were chanting along with him. That went on for a couple minutes just to get the mind games going on Lucius Wade, and then they locked up, man. And what a match it turned out to be. Two main event caliber stars throwing down on the richest prize here in ATCW. Unfortunately, a little bit of Total Chump Wrestling interference with KG Red. A couple minutes into the match, decided that he was going to take the chain from around his neck and wrap it around his fist and clock old second generation sensation Brian Hardy in the dome with it. And then There it was, the finish from Lucius Suede, putting down Brian Hardy for the 1-2-3, and your new ATCW heavyweight champion, self-made Lucius Suede.
He calls that the receipt.
The receipt.
Yeah. That was one of the few questions I could get him to answer.
Gotcha.
He's a little arrogant. He doesn't like to talk to lowlifes like me.
I get that vibe. I didn't get to exchange any words with him, and that makes sense on why.
Yeah.
Well, folks, unfortunately, from where we're sitting at right now as the ATCW family, all of our championships are gone. They are being held by TCW, and it was a hard night losing the final title, losing that final championship to TCW.
Bad way to end a good night, but guys, this. I'm going to be the voice of optimism here.
Let's do it. This
is not going to last forever. No. Eventually, those guys are going to lose those titles, and it's going to be the guys that are here in ATCW. You know, we learn what they're capable of, and then we make a plan and go around it. You know, what we saw out of Robbie Wayne's match was a lot different than what we saw out of the heavyweight title match. So, you know, Robbie Wayne does his own thing, and then KG Red, you know, he does his little brass knucks or chain or whatever it was thing. So they're trying to use different tactics, but we can learn from that, adapt to that, and it'll come back to us. Hopefully it doesn't take forever, but at some point, this bull stuff is going to end.
I couldn't agree more with you, Dennis. I'm excited for April 20th, ATCW April Fools, coming to you live from Carneysville, West Virginia. Doors at 6:30, bell time 7 o'clock. We'll be back here in a couple weeks with ATCW Live to get you excited even more than you are now. Get you pumped up. Yeah, that's right. We'll be back here in the studio. Thank you for tuning in. Leave us some comments down below if you want to just say hey. And Dennis, anything else you'd like to say to the family?
Y'all wish you could glow as bright as I do. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
I hope your days are as bright as Dennis's shirt. We'll see you later. Take care.